tomorrow. This is our message to Africa. This is our message to the world. You will see this message on our website. You will see it in our advertising. And of course, you will see this message throughout our branches. Take Tomorrow is a promise we make to all our customers and our investors. It is a promise we make to you, our phenomenal Access Bank team. For without you, we cannot take tomorrow. Africa's growth and development is poised to accelerate at previously unforeseen rates. Our continent is surging ahead at levels that are unprecedented. And Access Bank must be at the forefront of this growth. We will enable as many Africans as possible to have access to critical financial products and services. Africa's access to global markets is also changing, and the way consumers use and access banking services is changing very, very, very rapidly. What that means is that Access Bank must also continually change. We have to be ahead of the curve of all of this development that is rippling across our entire continent. We must come up with products and services that are simple and easy to access and to use. My dear colleagues, I'm extremely excited to be here with you in Lagos today to share with you the great future, very great future, that our enterprise has. As I speak, or perhaps right after this, for those who are not around, please feel free to reach out to our various offices, locally and internationally, if you have any questions. Over the past couple of days, I've been sharing with several of our critical stakeholder groups in little bits, our various corporate customers, and letting them know the great future that we have in Access Bank, and what this means, of course, to each and every one of them. And right now, for me, let me just say a warm welcome to each and every one of you and all Access people, wherever they may be, who are watching this broadcast across the entire world. And just as I mentioned earlier, please, following my remarks, you can reach out to our various branches or our international offices to ask whatever questions you may wish to ask if you require any clarification. We have already done much more than anybody thought we could do, haven't we? Yeah. Thank you. And we're going to do it all over again. But this time, by the time we finish, we will all be very proud contributors, very proud to the growth and development of our country, to the growth and development of our continent, Africa. Today, I will unveil for you a new future for banking across the continent. Over the next 5 years, we will be working together to transform Access Bank. Access Bank will become a bank that will stand shoulder to shoulder with the world's largest and most respected financial institutions. We will have to adopt best-in-class, global best practices, as they say, as far as compliance is concerned. That way, we can grow in strength and in discipline. We will grow faster than ever before, but this time in a much more disciplined manner. Because in financial services, sometimes growth is not looked at as a positive thing, but what is important is how disciplined you are as far as making that growth happen. Working together, we will accomplish several things and basically overcome several challenges that in the past we would never think we could master. We will be the #1 bank in Nigeria, and we will be seen and known as Africa's gateway to the world. Let me take you back to 2002, 2007, 2013, for those who were here and for those who have basically gone through some of these things in the bank's documents. In each of these time periods, We set various plans, and no one thought we could ever achieve any of those plans. But we did. Each single time we met our targets. And just 4 years ago, we said we wanted to be number 1, number 2, or number 3 in our critical chosen markets. No one thought we could do it, but we proved them wrong. Yes, we did. Did we? We certainly did. But you know, access people, or access bankers, as some people refer to us, you have been extremely relentless in the pursuit of our ambition to become known as the world's most respected African bank. And you all know that it has not been easy getting to where we are today. But your skill, our ethical codes and conduct, as well as your discipline, have paved the way for the great success that we have achieved in just 17 years. I asked of you to measure yourselves against global best practices, the highest standards possible, and you did. And look at where we are now. Today, our belief in sustainable banking is stronger than ever before. We are recognized and celebrated world over as torchbearers for responsible business in Africa. But we don't want these standards to end here. We want these standards to represent the blueprint for banking across the entire continent. Our mantra of speed, service, and security, as well as the use of technology, will remain ever so critical to each and every one of us as we begin this new journey, which is truly a continuation of our existing journey. If we do not harness these tools or digital technology quickly and understand how they impact on our customers' lives and the products that we provide in the same way that Tencent, that Google, and Amazon do, we will be certainly left behind. Most certainly. And as we grow, we will be more scrutinized now more than ever before, particularly as we begin to spread more and more across the whole world. Over the next 5 years, we will continue to achieve the highest standards possible as far as global banking is concerned. And there will be no let-up whatsoever in our efforts, because that is what the whole world will be watching. As you know, technology is changing the way banking is going on permanently. And the future is getting ever so harder to predict. But just as we say in Access, the best way to predict the future is actually to create it. And the one thing we do know is that the traditional ways through which business has been done is certainly not going to be the way that will take us forward. Just recall when we started selling value cards several years ago, nobody could envisage a world that could be dominated by cards. But guess what? Today, cards are passé, and people are actually consummating all their transactions on their mobile phones. What does this mean? In the future, our competition will be online retail stores, will be fintech or tech-fin companies, as they call them, will be the various social media platforms, because each of these platforms see financial services not any differently from how their existing businesses run today. But I'll share something with you. Technology is important, it is critical. But as important as it is, teamwork is ever so much more important. Much more important. And you will hear this recurring every day. As we grow bigger and stronger, our ability to work as a team will be continuously tested. Our competition will look for ways to basically exploit our weakest link. But let me reassure everyone here, there will be no weak links. Absolutely none. We must remember that our customers are the ties that bind us together, and that we are here for no reason than to serve our customers. Without our customers, We simply do not exist. We are here to serve them. First, last, and always. For the future of our continent, big, strong, stable, flourishing, well-capitalized banks are required to transform Africa. And Access Bank will be at the forefront of that transformation. We will be the major catalyst for that transformation. And this is Access Bank truly, truly taking tomorrow, as we say. We will give millions of Africans access to the power of banking. As you recall, our value chain model was extremely successful at bringing in several customers into our network. But we are not finished yet. In Nigeria, we've brought in several millions of salaried accounts into our customer base. But we will still go a step further. By 2022, we will reach at least 20 million new customers from the unbanked population and bring them into the Access Bank family, at least in Nigeria. And just in case anybody's in doubt, October 2nd this year, Victor Etwoko and his team signed on 800,000 customers in just one day. New customers. And by the end of October, we have signed on 2 million new customers. By 2022, we will be providing banking services to an additional 28 million customers across the world. This is double the population of Lagos, which is Africa's 4th largest economy. But why do we want to meet several customers anyway? And the answer simply lies in putting Africa first, bringing customers into the banking system. This will help to unlock several economies across the continent, support and grow those economies. We will provide access to secure savings, and which will make capital available for small and medium-scale enterprises, enable businesses to grow, and strengthen the various countries in which we have a presence. After all, we're an African bank, but properly and firmly anchored in Nigeria with a growing global presence. Our purpose is to drive sustainable business across the entire continent. But you know, we remain extremely proud of our role, our vital role in our largest market, Nigeria, which we are not basically going to ignore, but even pay much more attention, and the things we're doing to lift up this economy, as well as also other economies in which we have a presence and will be supporting as well. Our global footprint is also growing and changing as well. Today we have a presence in Dubai, we have a presence in London. Over the next 5 years, we will have and strengthen our presence in the Middle East and in Asia. That is what we mean by taking tomorrow. Over the past 5 years, we have become the bank of choice for Africa's largest corporates. But it is still the foreign institutions that manage the global needs of many of our customers. They're still taking away too large a chunk of the business that we should be able to service. There's an IMF statistic that says that intra-African trade, and I'm not talking about inter-Africa, I'm saying intra-African trade and money from diaspora is anywhere between $140 billion to $167 billion. Foreign banks benefit from all of this. Now, instead of the remittance companies and foreign banks to continue to do all of this, Access Bank will soon be used, definitely, for all of these transactional needs. And this is what it truly means to take tomorrow. By 2022, my colleagues, we will be known as Africa's gateway to the world. Achieving this vision will mean some very big changes within the bank. But I remain ever so confident that we have a very clear and deliverable plan I want to talk about some of the changes we will need to focus on, because all levels of the bank have been involved in the creation of this plan anyway. The first change is that we will have to utilize the power of digital tools to deliver simple, practical solutions to millions of customers. We will gather critical data. We will use advanced analytics and big data to better understand our customers' needs and perhaps their unanticipated needs and what they require from the products that we provide. Digital analytics is the sure way to enable us stay ahead of the curve. We have to remain informed, innovative, and nimble as we provide these services to our customers. Second is that we need to step up as far as our customer service is concerned. We will have to simplify our digital portfolio. For our mass markets, we probably would have just one USSD platform, one mobile application for our other retail customers, and we'll invest in several self-service channels. We have to create a universal payments gateway, which will allow international customers as well as African customers to transfer money easily within and across the continent seamlessly. That is the only way it can be done. For our corporate customers, we will launch an exciting new array of products and we'll draw on our global presence and centers of excellence to offer seamless service by developing key hubs in the key global financial gateways of the United Kingdom, in the USA, in Hong Kong. We will have trade hubs that will be required to support trade finance for all our global corporates in Dubai, in Mumbai, in Lebanon, and of course, China. All of these things and all of these hubs and the presence we have internationally will ensure that we consolidate and dominate international trade as far as this continent is concerned. Our international presence will definitely let us serve our customers in a much better way than ever before, in a way that we can begin to compete more favorably with some of the larger players that exist in the West. Third, we will be relentless in focusing on our performance. We must reduce our costs. We have to use technology to reduce those costs and automate several of our processes. Our people must be freed from mundane jobs and things and processes so that they can focus more on resolving customer issues, on providing service to the customers, and anchoring and pursuing our targets of market share, profitability, and other prudential ratios. Access Bank has been known for compliance, and this is a very important change that needs to be done because it needs to be stepped up. Even though it permits everything that we do, we will be more scrutinized, much more scrutinized, more than ever before, particularly as we continue to grow across the world and handle several payments across several jurisdictions. And so we must strengthen our risk management and our global compliance framework and our anti-fraud capabilities much more than ever before. People will be skeptical because we're an African bank. But our peer group, and I'm not talking of local Nigerian banks or Ghanaian banks, and I'm talking about the likes of Citibank, Santander, and HSBC, they all understand this. They pull together and share information and best practice that is required to resolve issues on compliance, issues on money laundering, issues that have to do with anti-fraud and cybercrime. We must join and manage our participation in these global networks, as well as create our own that will be required to support our own endeavors. As a bank with a true global reach, we have to be ruthless as far as compliance is concerned. We have to put in the rigor that is required more than ever before, because this is what international regulators expect. And each time they see customers from Africa, just because of the narrative around Africa, the scrutiny gets deeper and deeper. And so there shall be no let up as far as this commitment is concerned. We want Access Bank to be seen as the clear benchmark for global standards as far as Africa is concerned. But in all of this change that I have mentioned, we cannot achieve any of all of this without you, our people. We will need to deepen our pool of talents. We will need to train and invest in your talents. We will make sure that you receive the best training ever. I know that you are already the best in the industry. But because of the challenge ahead of us and what the targets we have set for ourselves, we will have to train you so much more to harness new technologies and bring the best of digital banking to our expanding customer base. But you know, we've spoken a lot about technology today. And while I keep saying that technology is critical, it is absolutely worthless if we cannot work together harmoniously. Corporate growth, as you will see and as we've seen in the past, brings its own challenges. One that will always stand in the face of success is when a corporation becomes a collection of silos. So you have people in teams working independently of each other. Silos of people ignoring each other, all right, as they try to accomplish their own jobs. This cannot be the way if we are going to lead Africa. We must all have a common vision of what it means to work for and to serve the ultimate customer. And we have to solve this problem by creating several work groups. We will empower young people within Access to work in larger teams, and we have to break all those silos that exist within the institution. Everybody must know his role. We must all understand where we're headed, and we must work together within acceptable and determined boundaries. We must all be focused and work diligently towards achieving our shared vision. Global collaboration is certainly at the heart of our new vision to become Africa's gateway to the world. So we're going to be hearing from Roosevelt Ogbonna, who is speaking to us from London. And he's going to talk to us about how we can serve our customers better across the world.
I am Roosevelt Ogbonna, Group Deputy Managing Director of Access Bank. I'm talking to you from our London office, which will play a critical role in making Access Bank Africa's gateway to the world. We've been together this morning talking with colleagues here in London about the bold ambition that Herbert has just set out to you today. I want to spend some time exploring how our transformation will change the way we support our clients. Over the next 5 years, we want to be the bank of choice for corporates in our African markets. Our goal is to have 25% market share by building our expertise in key sectors, dominating trade and transaction banking, and using technology to do a better job for our corporate clients. We will offer global relationship managers to our clients, so we provide a seamless international service. And we will strengthen our network of offices in Dubai, Mumbai, Lebanon, and China to operate as trade hubs, offering trade finance support and serving as guides as clients seek to enter new markets. We will also develop global centers of excellence in the places that make the most sense. So for example, we will draw on the skills of the emerging financial technology cluster here in London to develop a world-class data analytics capability. And we will build a global payment gateway so that remittances can be paid through Access Bank's platforms, rather than have customers deal with the inconvenience of the corresponding banking system. The creation of a universal payment gateway is central to our vision of Access Bank as Africa's gateway to the world. We want to be Africa's payment leaders, and that means making things as simple as possible for the customers at a time when life is getting much more complex. So we're going to harmonize our web and mobile payments platforms and make it easier to do things like international supply chain financing online. We're going to develop new partnerships with market leaders, for example, developing an e-commerce platform for merchants. But we'll be creating our own proprietary cross-border payment system because that business is so critical to our future growth. We'll be creating new tailored products aimed at customers with specific needs. So we'll be developing a new banking platform for students so they can easily access their money here in the UK, where they're studying, and back home in Nigeria. International collaboration, innovation that matches the best that can be found anywhere in the world, while never losing sight of our core commitment to speed, service, and security. This is what will make us the bank of choice for corporates. taking tomorrow with them as they take their business to new markets and new customers around the world. We also have big ambitions when it comes to retail banking. Herbert has already told you about the new customers we want to bring to the bank. We want to grow in every market segment, but our focus will be on 3 customer groups. The lower middle. We expect 46 million people in this group to have access to a bank account by 2022. And our goal is to get 22.5% of market share among these customers. The upper middle. This is our core banking client base. We want to grow our market share from 7.4% today to 16% in 2022. These are customers who really care about digital banking and will switch to us if they're impressed by our digital offerings. Affluent and high net worth customers. In this segment, we want to grow our market share from 11.3% to 13%. This is the most profitable part of our retail banking business, but also where competition is toughest. And we're going to focus on the customers who will drive growth. We have already talked about how our global payment gateway will help us attract students who are studying abroad. But we'll also be deepening our commitment to delivering banking products that most suit the lives and needs of our female customers. To salaried clients, we'll be bringing salary-backed lending offerings, advice on investments and mortgages. And for our affluent clients, we'll be drawing on expertise of our London office to offer a wide range of investment solutions provided by qualified advisors, in addition to lifestyle rewards, access to foreign exchange, and international investment options. How are we going to bring these new products to new customers? We're going to simplify our digital presence with a smaller number of online platforms that suit our clients better. And will become more automated so transactions are processed efficiently and securely, which is what all our customers want. We'll also be focusing on small and medium-sized businesses, targeting deposit-rich segments such as religious bodies, education providers, and professional associations. We'll be looking at SMEs that engage in a lot of transactions, such as importers and exporters, and we'll really target fast-growing segments like entertainment and hospitality. And we'll be working together as one global bank to give our customers the best of Access Bank wherever they need it. There's never been a more exciting time for Access Bank. Looking across the world, we see the possibility of a global economy that is growing in new places and new ways. Our purpose is clear: to take tomorrow for all our customers wherever they are and continue the journey to becoming the world's most respected African bank.
Thank you all. Our colleagues in our international offices will be absolutely critical as we transform to become Africa's gateway to the world. Taking tomorrow means millions of people will have access to banking services for the first time with ease. Taking tomorrow means customers will make payments and transfers when and how they need to. Taking tomorrow means that businesses will trade in new markets and invest in new technology. Access Bank is in a strong position to lead all of this, and the time has come to go to our new destination. We'll collaborate to put our customers first. We will be one powerful global brand. To our teams who are watching this across the world, I want to say a very big thank you for your important contributions so far. Thank you. But we are very far from finished. I am extremely excited to have you all join me on this exciting and ambitious journey. We have done it before. We will do it yet again. We will continue to surpass all expectations. Let me borrow from the words of Henry Ford, who once said that coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. For our customers, we will take tomorrow. For the best Access Bank team I could ever wish for, we will take tomorrow. And for Africa, we will all take tomorrow. Thank you very much.